ajarāmaravat prājño vidyāmarthaṃ ca sādhayet gṛhīta iva keśeṣu mrityuna dharmamācaret.
Today we sit with one of the most quietly brilliant verses in all of Sanskrit wisdom literature. It comes from the Hitopadesha and it goes like this. Ajarāmaravat prājño vidyam artham cha sādhayet gṛhīta iva keśeṣu mrityuna dharmam acharet. The meaning is this. The wise person should pursue knowledge and wealth as if they were free from old age and death, as if they would live forever. But they should practice dharma, righteousness, as if death had already seized them by the hair. Let us slow down and feel each word. Ajarāmaravat. This breaks into three parts. Ajara means without old age, from the root jri, to wither, to decay. Amara means without death, from the root mri, to die. And the little suffix vat means as if. So, as if unaging and undying. Notice that the verse is not making a claim about reality. It is prescribing a posture of the mind, a deliberate imagination. Prājño or prājña means the wise one, from the root gya, to know. Not just someone with information, but someone whose knowledge has ripened into discernment. Vidyam is knowledge, learning, from the root vid, to know. Artham is wealth, but also purpose, the things we aim at in the world. Cha simply means and it matters because this verse blesses both pursuits together. Sādhayet means should accomplish, should bring to completion, from the root sādh, the same root that gives us sadhana, discipline practice, and siddhi, attainment. Then the second line turns everything upside down. Gṛhīta means seized, grabbed, from the root gṛh, to grasp. It is a violent physical word. Iva means as if, mirroring the as if of the first line. Keśeṣu means by the hair. Mrityuna means by death, death personified, death as a living agent. Dharmam is righteousness, duty, from the root dhri, to hold, to uphold. Dharma is literally that which holds the world together. And acharet means should practice, should walk, from the root char, to move. Dharma is not something you believe, it is something you walk. Now where does this verse live? The Hitopadesha, which means beneficial instruction, was composed by the scholar Narayan Pandita somewhere around the 9th to 12th century, likely in Bengal. It opens with a frame story. A king named Sudarshana despairs because his sons are growing up ignorant and undisciplined. He hands them to a teacher, Vishnu Sharman, who promises to awaken them through animal fables. Our verse appears right in the prologue, the Prastavika, among the verses that justify the entire book. Because these young princes are asking the eternal question of youth, I have so much time, why study now, why be good now? This verse answers both excuses in a single breath. Here is the deeper teaching. The verse gives you two deliberate fictions about time and assigns each fiction to the domain where it produces right action. For knowledge and wealth, assume you are immortal. Why? Because learning and wealth compound. They reward patience, depth, long horizons. A person who studies in a panic learns shallowly. A person who builds wealth in desperation gambles. But if you learn as though you have 200 years, you learn deeply, humbly, joyfully. You never declare yourself finished. For dharma, assume the opposite. Assume death's fist is already closed in your hair, your head pulled back. Not death will come someday. Death is here, now, touching you. Because ethics does not compound on a schedule. It exists only in the present act. The apology you postpone, the truth you delay, the kindness you save for later. Postponed dharma is not delayed dharma. It is absent dharma. And here is the diagnosis hidden inside the verse. Left to itself, the mind applies these two fictions exactly backwards. We bring panic to learning. I am too old to start. It's too late for me. And we bring immortality to morality. I'll make things right eventually. The wise person, the prājñaḥ, consciously swaps the settings. There is even a quiet joke in the image. Hair is the one part of the body that feels no pain. Death grips us by the hair precisely because we cannot feel it happening. Every grey hair is that grip tightening imperceptibly. This wisdom echoes across the world. The Stoics called it Memento Mori, remember death. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." In the Jewish tradition, Rabbi Eliezer taught, "Repent one day before your death." His students protested, "But no one knows the day of their death." He replied, "Therefore, repent today." Modern psychology confirms the design. Researchers who study the dying, like the palliative nurse Bronnie Ware, found that people at the end of life almost never regret unfinished degrees or unearned money. They regret moral and relational omissions, words unsaid, love unexpressed. Dharma is where postponement wounds the most. And Steve Jobs, in his famous Stanford speech, said, remembering he would soon be dead was the most important tool he ever found for making big choices. That is the second half of our verse, restated in California. So how do we live this starting today? Let me leave you with 3 questions and 1 practice. First, where have you swapped the clocks? What learning are you refusing to begin because you think it is too late? And what act of dharma are you deferring because you think there is plenty of time? Second, if death's hand closed on your hair tonight, which unfinished moral matter, not unfinished project, would flash before you first? Third, are you pursuing your work with the calm of the immortal or the panic of the dying? And the practice. I call it the 2-clock review. Tonight, draw 2 columns. Under the immortal clock, write 1 skill you will advance this week as if you had endless time. 1 page, 1 lesson, 1 patient step. Under the seized by the hair clock, write 1 act of dharma you have been postponing and do it today. Send the message, tell the truth, keep the promise. The rule is simple. The learning item may roll forward to tomorrow. The dharma item may not. Learn as if you will live forever. Act rightly as if you will die tonight. Hold both fictions at once, each in its proper place, and you are living the wisdom of this verse. Ajarāmaravat prājño, vidyam artham cha sādhayet, gṛhīta iva keśeṣu, मृत्युना धर्मम् आचारेत।
अजरामरवत् प्राज्ञो विद्यामर्थं च साधयेत् गृहीत इव केशेषु मृत्युना धर्ममाचरेत्।